Hello YouTube! Ash here and welcome to another episode of Special Talks. Today is a special episode because we're doing it in the car and I have a very special guest, Mr. Peter Magro! We're going to be reviewing Spider-Man Far From Home. We just got out of the cinema and that's why we're doing it in the car, because we couldn't schedule a time to meet up at in the studio. It's hot, so we're going to be talking very fast because it's night and it's 31 degrees. That's how hot it is in Malta. But anyway, so we just got out of Spider-Man. Obviously, Spider-Man is the 24th film in the MCU, and it's basically the finale. Well, the official finale of the Infinity Saga. I said this was going to be the final film of Phase 4. So that's it. It's now we're going to start all new. In fact, they haven't even announced most of the films which are going to be in Phase 4. We only know that Black Widow is going to be the next one. But that's further on. So, we're going to talk about what we liked, what was really good.
No
spoilers, just so you know, there's no spoilers. So it's going to be pretty difficult to talk about.
Or in the comments.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult to talk about a lot of this film. But we're going to be vague. I enjoyed the film a lot. I thought it was very good. There were things I didn't like that much. And what I forgot to mention is that Peter is a big Spider-Man fan, and that's why I wanted to invite him over. So what did you, as a big Spider-Man thing, was it a good Spider-Man movie?
I have to say, yeah, it is. It is a good film. It's kind of slow at the first part, but it catches up some steam, and it provides good action. The action's pretty awesome, but story wise could have been slightly bit better. It's not sure if it's better than Spider-Man 2, is it?
No, I'm
sure. That's the one we keep comparing it to, right? Yeah.
I don't think it's better than. First of all, best Spider-Man film for me is Into the Spider-Verse, but that's animation. Live action is still Spider-Man 2, and I don't think this is as good as.
The problem with these, I think, is that we have. In Spider-Man 2, it was like its own thing, and this is like it's a continuation to everything. Everything continues.
The MCU
that's the MCU. That's the minus thing about the MCU, because as a film, it's fine, but in its own world, it's connected to other stuff. Something's going to come after it. After Spider-Man 2, so this could finish here, and we'd be happy. With this you want more. You want to see more, and the way it finishes.
Especially how the way it is. Which we can't get into.
Out of bounds.
As I said,
just censor my mouth or something.
We can just basically talk about near enough the first half and then just say it was good. But to be honest, and the first half, that's the thing I didn't like that much, because the first half didn't really feel like a.
It felt just like Homecoming. It was a Homecoming film, which was I could excuse for the whole John Hughes. The people like the John Hughes thing, but
but
sometimes it's a bit too childish.
I felt it was a bit too much of a comedy. It was too much of a teen comedy.
It's a Spider-Man film, though.
It's it felt like Spider-Man. When Spider-Man's on it, there was a certain too many forced jokes, like the teacher dropping the camera, the things.
I can't find it. It's fun.
It was fun, but
funny though.
Yeah,
he was kind of a loser. That's why it's funny though.
The two teachers, they were very responsible teaching. That's how
coming from a teacher.
Yes, he's a teacher. So would you be like that on the film?
No, I don't think I'd ever take them to places like those if I knew there are monsters going around. So no,
but we have to talk about Mysterio's costume. Mysterio's costume,
the effects are great,
and the effects around Mysterio were fantastic. Really, it's amazing to see. In this day and age, the CGI has become.
I don't think it's not really much of a spoiler. Like, the costume is spot on.
That's spoiler. They've seen it.
If you're a fan of the comics, it's going to definitely.
Well, you've seen it in the trailer, so you got glimpses of it in the trailer, but seeing it in live action in the film,
the way it works,
just amazing. The powers, the whole fishbowl. They kept the fishbowl. I really didn't believe they were going to
talk about some stuff that happened. I think that really I really liked the scenes between, but can't really talk about it. They're really good scenes, really good callbacks to the comics. Incredibly.
There's some things we can't mention, but it's very, as you said, it's true to the comics. There's lots of really amazing set pieces in the second half, and the action.
The second half's better, like much.
No, definitely. So as you get to a certain point, we can say when they get to Prague, from Prague onwards, yeah, that's when it hits full-on Spider-Man, full-on MCU action, and lots of twists and turns. One thing we were talking about when we were walking up here, I hated, and I really hate this, they didn't use the Spider-Man score. And that's... It's a spoiler, but a small spoiler. You know, I just wanted to hear at least a little bit somewhere.
Still a good soundtrack.
Yeah. Overall, though, Tom Holland was fantastic again as Peter Parker. He is without
the best
doubt
thing, probably. Yeah. The best thing about the
I think he's probably the best live-action Spider-Man. He's the one I prefer. Okay, you mentioned that you think he was a bit too young.
No, I mean, if they do a whole Harry Potter thing, where it starts when they're younger, then it gets older, and then it gets more serious. I'm all in for that. If they're working with, for example, the 60s period, the Silver Age, and they move on to the 90s and the 80s, and that would be great. Because we've got some really interesting. The thing is, people keep saying that there are interesting stories when he was young, but there are more interesting stories when he was older.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about Spider-Man. He's relatable to both young and adult.
As he goes in through the
He's
years.
been in high school for what? I mean, come on, since Raimi and
so now they're still sort of advanced. So hopefully they keep. I think Tom Holland's going to stay because he's.
I hope so.
And he's perfect for a role.
I hope Sony don't botch it up.
Yeah. Maybe they've said they're gonna try and mess around and get Venom in it, and
that's when my spider sense starts to tingle a bit. Yeah, that's when.
Yeah, if they're gonna force Venom into the MCU,
that didn't happen before.
Yeah, it didn't do it. It didn't work when they forced Venom. It didn't work. So let's hope they don't mess that up. But I thought all the actors were good. I thought Jon Favreau was hilarious as Happy. I really like.
They actually outlined the character much better. Even Aunt May.
Aunt May was cool. I like the comedic timing between them. Even MJ as Zendaya. I'm not good at names. Zendaya. But when the whole
acting was good.
Yeah, when the whole twist at the first one, when you found out she was MJ. That took a lot of people by surprise. But now she's coming to.
You have lots of things by surprise anyway. So.
But now this MJ is sort of like becoming the MJ as we know her. Before.
Yeah. They give some nods to the comics, definitely. Yeah.
Let's be honest. I think most Spider-Man fans and fans of the MCU know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
without spoiling,
regards to the characters.
With characters. I think lots of people know what's going to happen.
You just need to read the old comics
and you know what's going to happen. But we won't go into that. But what we will say is the second half is crazy. The set pieces are really amazing. There's some really amazing.
The action is definitely good. The very Spider-Man-y action.
And of course, again, no spoilers, but definitely stay for the end credits. The end credits, which... Yeah.
At least one of them was. I mean, the second one.
Yeah, you didn't like the second one.
No, I didn't. It wasn't not like it was just.
Yeah, we can't say anything.
We can stay for like 5 minutes for this.
But it wasn't bad. Yeah, but the
first one was the first one is worth it.
It's weird because it's going to take everything in a whole new direction, and I'm interested to see where it's going to go. Again, we can't talk about it, but I'm definitely interested to see where that's going to go.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. As we said, we enjoyed
the film.
I
prefer the end credits more than anything else in the film.
The end credit scene. It was good. It was good. No, it was, and as I said, it gives you a lot of questions. You want to find out what's going on. That would be spoiler. I was going to say something that would be spoiler, but I will do a spoiler review. Well, not spoiler. I'll do a spoiler talk video later on because there are some things that you have to say.
I'm really trying not to say anything right now.
But anyway, let's give it ratings because I do ratings on my channel. Me personally, I will give this film. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It was enjoyable. There were things I didn't like, but overall, it's a good comic book movie. It's a good Spider-Man movie. And it had a fun time, and especially, as I said, it starts off a bit slow. Well, not slow, it starts off a bit too silly for my opinion, but then the second half really makes up for it, and some of the set pieces are really fantastic. What would you give it out of 5?
Well, considering I still like Spider-Man 2 a bit more.
Yeah.
And that's like a 4.5. So I kind of give this a 3.5.
3.5. Yeah. Okay.
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, I like comic book movies, so I go a bit high. Anyway, you guys are.
No, I try to be very objective with everything. You know, like this is a film. It's a film like compared to other films. So yeah, that's. I love Spider-Man. It's my favorite character, but. Fair is fair.
But anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like button, share the video, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. And who knows, maybe I'll have another guest, and maybe next time we'll do it in a air-conditioned place and not in a boiling car.
That would be awesome. Yeah,
because
next
it's
time
boiling.
Much nicer. No offense, but it's really hot.
But but I will say this: go watch it in the cinema. It's definitely a film you should watch in the cinema.
Yeah, if you're a fan, definitely,
especially for the set pieces.
If you're not a comic book fan, you know, that's the thing. I kind of relate to those people as well. But if you're a comic book fan and you love Spider-Man, you have to get to watch this.
Yeah. Bye bye. That's it. I will see you next time. Bye bye.